post. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Grapplers Academy. We're going to look at some more wrestling today. It's our new favourite topic. It's the one thing that everybody should be doing in Jiu-Jitsu, but most people just like to pull guard. So we're against that for the time being. We're going to go into some more wrestling today. What have we got?
Yeah, so you can find sort of tutorials for how to do a double leg, do a single leg. You can find tutorials for takedowns in general. But what a lot of people tend to miss out on is the actual creating the openings and how to create the response you want to open the hips up so you can get a better shot in, and that's what we're going to look at today. So, because you see a lot of people where they kind of like shoot from out here, go into here, but especially in the heavier divisions, if I shoot from out here, body sprawls on me, I am going to eat the mat and it's going to be a really rough night.
Like in striking, isn't it? There's almost no scenario where you just want to throw your big haymaker shot without setting anything up. We're not just going to dive for a double leg from all the way back out here because it's just going to get stuffed or I'm going to get sprawled up. So it's kind of got to come behind the setup, hasn't it?
Yeah, and there's a couple of ways that personally I find quite a good way to enter the setup, and it's using this sort of wrist control here. So what I tend to find is, especially with more of the traditional jiu-jitsu players, if you get double wrist control or even go 2-on-1 with the wrist control, they don't like the posture being broken down too much. More so because if they are going to pull guard, they're going to hide the hips, and then we can jump up and take the front headlock from here. Or they're going to want this arm control back. So as soon as they start here, they start grip fighting, they're pulling back and posturing up, which opens up the hips, but also their momentum's going backwards. So we're going to be using these kind of things to enter in. So as we're coming in, taking this double wrist control or fighting for 2-on-1, and then we're sort of struggling down, fighting down, breaking the posture. As soon as we feel that pullback, we're going to enter in and then start to find the takedown. Now this can work with wrist control or even with shoulder or collar tie control as well, where we're sort of in here, can't get a good control here, we're not getting the reaction we want from these wrist controls. We can then start to club heavy here, where we're trying to come round the head and breaking their posture down, and as they shoot back up again, we're entering in. Same with the shoulder control. So we may not be able to get the control we want on the wrists, but we can be on the shoulders, clubbing and turning, pushing the shoulders back, trying to turn them other ways, manipulating the posture. As soon as you feel them coming back and their weight going onto their heels and their posture going upright, the hips are going to open up, which gives you a great opportunity to enter in with your double, or even going in with your sort of Cain Velasquez style high double there as well.
I think this concept works quite similarly as well. You see, if you go to a lot of comps, or you might even see on the mat people having like stand-up exchanges where they're collar tied, but they're both super upright. If somebody's like super upright with the posture and doesn't have good collar control when their hips are back and they're kind of loaded up for an attack, that's a good opportunity to drop down as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, they're posturing up super strong there, and then you can come straight in on the double. If they're up and tall and kind of fighting it that way, the balance isn't in the hips and they're not able to shoot back quick enough. And that's quite a common one that you see as well, like people not really willing to give anything up on the exchange, and they just end up being super close and super tight like that, fighting for posture.
Yeah.
If you can kind of read that reaction and jump on it quick enough, you probably get a good double leg on that as well.
I think another thing to add there as well is, if you do shoot, you need to get experience in learning of when to back out and then reshoot, or when to continue through the shoot, keep driving and keep them off balance and then take them down. Because there'll be some instances where you'll shoot in, you'll hit a brick wall, and you may continue to try to drive, and it's just not working. So that may be a time for you to pull back and then reset up and go back in. And there may be sometimes where you shoot in, you break the posture slightly, you get hold of something, but you're not aware of that situation, so you pull back out to try and go for something else, where continuing the drive through would have finished the takedown there for you as well.
Yeah, it's a big concept in Olympic wrestling and collegiate wrestling in the States, isn't it? They talk about that re-attack and basically having backup attacks coming off the initial setups. You go for a double leg or a single leg or something like that. Sometimes you might shoot for the double leg, the guy might react and sprawl back, and then as they're coming up, that's now your second time to come in. and reshoot again. So basically, we're looking for any reaction where we can get them to overcommit the weight in one direction. If they're overcommitting down, we can do all the front headlock stuff in. If they're overcommitting up, we can shoot and hit the double. Probably a good concept to build on this one. We can have a look at a couple of different ideas over this one over the week, but that idea of the re-attack and breaking up the posture is a big one for stand-up, and probably one that gets overlooked a lot. You see a lot of people just diving in for double legs from the other side of the mat, and guess what? You just end up getting sprawled on. It's not a good place to be in, especially in the fat boy division. Go check out last week's video where we looked at the collar tie strip. Go check us out at Coach by Side, Bonafide PT, and we'll see you all on the Grapplers Academy next week.